Greetings fellow tank commanders, in this video I'm going to be showing you two games I played with the M24 Lunar Chaffee. This tank is only available to use for a limited time in the Lunar mode. The first game I'm playing is a team destruction battle on Mars. There's no equipment allowed for this game mode. I am using a German crew which has 4 crew skills and perks, and I'm platooned up with Mixie 360. We're starting off the game doing an assault move through one of the Martian saucer teleporters, which can take you anywhere you don't want to go. There's some different features in this lunar mode from previous ones. This time around they're team destruction battles instead of standard battles. Both the Mars and the Moon River map are in rotation. There are respawns with the battles only being 6 minutes. And probably the most significant change of all is the inclusion of the HE rounds, which are quite devastating. The HE rounds can be a little awkward to use, but once you get used to them they are very effective. Splashing the ground beside enemies for small amounts of damage, destroying tracks, dealing massive amounts of damage in short periods of time, and having an arc to lob over terrain. For the random shots that I take while I'm driving over terrain, or when an enemy's sitting still, I auto-lock and fire, but otherwise I just manually aim them. For most of the dogfights you have to be able to lead your target, and I noticed a huge increase in the effectiveness of my HE shells when I started to take responsibility for aiming them. A decent start to the battle there, considering the randomness of the teleporters. Usually when I separate from the main pack of teammates in the early game, I'll end up getting outnumbered and overwhelmed quite quickly, but this time it worked out. This shows some of the craziness of these HE shells. Mixie 360 and I both auto-lock and fire full clips at that lunar. We did not hit a single round, but we did significant damage to his health still. So if you're not going full speed on open terrain, you're in danger of taking some serious damage even from just auto-lock shots. With the amount of times I ram or get rammed with this lunar, I wish I had a spall liner on it. Right here, the enemy's just spinning in one place, so perfect time to auto-lock. This is where the enemy started to pull ahead significantly. They all formed a giant wolf pack, and pretty much our entire team just got swarmed in groups of 1 or 2. And just like that, a close game turned into a 5-kill deficit. That's pretty hard to come out of. It's been just over a minute since the enemy pulled ahead, and Mixie360 and I were fighting so intensely that during this we didn't realize how close the game was getting in the last 30 seconds. This game mode is so active and there's constant fighting, so near the end of some of these games, things get pretty intense. My team managed to stick together and bring that game back. Now let's check the post-game stats and see how we did. For this game I earned 16,000 silver and 3,365 experience. In this game I dealt 4,301 damage, assisted with 503 damage, and destroyed 9 enemies while blocking 340 damage. I placed at the top of my team, earning a base XP of 2,243. I managed to deal damage with 30 of my 102 shots. Mixie360 also had a good game, coming in second, dealing 1,615 damage, and earning 1,344 base XP. The second battle is on Moon River. I have the same crew in for this game, and I'm once again platooned up with Mixie360. We got some nice air on those jumps, and that should significantly increase our performance this game. Lunar mode is all about style. It's a bit ridiculous taking these super long distance shots at no one in particular, but a surprising number of them have actually connected and dealt damage. The enemies gathered in the river and my team has split up quite a lot here. Mixie360 and I are not fond of fighting in the river. We always seem to get stuck on rocks and it takes us 30 seconds to get out of it. So we're just staying on the outskirts and hoping to lure a few of the enemies away from their pack. Things are starting to get a little messy here. Well, this is an absolutely terrible place to spawn. There's 4 enemies here. And on the other side of the map, Mixie360 is dealing with the exact opposite. There's no one around for him to fight. I'm not that surprised to get killed so quickly when there were so many tanks around me when I spawned. I just had to run, there wasn't even a chance to fight properly. Nice tag team action there with Mixie 360, and we won that 2 vs 2. But another enemy just spawned right away. Since there's no one over here, I was hoping to just drive all the way across the map and regroup the main fight. There's only a minute left, so I wasn't too happy about that, but another enemy just spawned in this corner. I messed up pretty bad there, so I'm pretty happy to just walk away with 1 kill from that engagement. Just a little short of being able to finish off that last enemy. Now let's check the post-game stats and see how we did. For this game I earned 13,000 silver and 3,278 experience. In this game I dealt 3,353 damage, assisted with 500 damage, and destroyed 8 enemies while blocking 340 damage. I placed at the top of my team, earning a base XP of 2,185. I managed to do damage with 22 of my 103 shots. Mixie 360 also had a good game with 2,562 damage, destroying 4 enemies and earning 1,461 base XP. And really just the bulk of our team there had great performances. It wasn't a blowout, but we were keeping the lead most of the time. Well, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing that game with the Lunar. This is such a great game mode, and I always end up having so much fun when I play it, even if I don't do that well. But this time I seem to be putting up some pretty big performances with those HE shells. Stay tuned for more awesome World of Tanks videos.